Hello guys, Davinator right here, and today I got a short little pseudo review for you. Now, I wanted to talk about a book today, and I haven't actually finished this book. I'm about 540 pages into it, and it's 663 pages long, so I'm pretty close to being done with it, but really, I'm not going to finish it, because it's not worth it at all. Now, this book is The Abominable. Now, it's written by Dan Simmons, and if you've been following our channel for a little while, you might have seen my review for Dan Simmons' The Terror. And in that review, I was just praising The Terror endlessly. I love The Terror. I adore that novel. I just think it's a fantastic book. I love it. It's one of the better books I've read in a while, and I gave it an A+, so I mean, that should tell you all you need to know. And this book is somewhat of a spiritual successor to The Terror. Now, it's written in a somewhat similar environment to The Terror. I mean, The Terror is, in a snowy, icy environment, so is The Abominable. It's about an expedition to Mount Everest, and it's also a survival novel like The Terror. And so, yeah, it's also, pseudo based on true events like The Terror. But I know I shouldn't judge this book purely on its predecessor. I mean, if this book, just isn't as good as The Terror, but still good in its own right, but I just give it a poor review just because it's not as good as The Terror, so I think it sucks. That's stupid. That's immature. That's just unprofessional of me. Not to say that I'm professional, but it'd just be a stupid thing to do. But this book, when you view it on its own, it still sucks. This is a terrible book. Okay, first of all, the characters. There is one character in the entire book that is, a decent character. But really, in any other book, he'd just be like an okay character. Most of the other characters would be better than him. But in a book with such terrible characters, an okay character is an amazing character. And yeah, as for the main character, he sucks. He's just an idiot. He's constantly asking questions that he should know the answer to if he's like a professional mountain climber, and he's just whiny and griping. He's just a terrible protagonist. The leader of the expedition, he's like in his mid-30s, and he has a bunch of experience with mountain climbing. He was in a war. He's kind of a sexist early in the novel, and even later on, when he stops being that way, he's still kind of a douche. He's just not very likable. He's just a boring, bland character, and I didn't care for him at all. And also, the dialogue in this book is just awful. What the heck? I mean, The Terror had such great dialogue, and like Dan Simmons in general is just great at writing great dialogue in his books, not just in The Terror. And so I don't know what happened here. I mean, and the story is just not well thought out. It's just dumb. I mean, like, it's not really as intelligent and cool and smart and just, like, throws you for a loop, is so surprising as Dan Simmons, I think, thinks it is. And also, just, this book is written to be like an amateur novel. It's not an amateur novel. It's written by a professional writer, Dan Simmons. But if you read the introduction, it's like a fake imitation amateur novel. And you could pass off some of the flaws as like, oh, well, Dan Simmons is just trying to replicate the style of an amateur writer. But because it is written like an amateur novel, it's written poorly, so it's really hard to get through. It's a sucky novel, no matter how you slice it, no matter what excuses you make. And I just hate it, and I'm not going to give it a grade because I technically didn't finish it, so it's not a proper review in that sense, but whatever. If you like this video, please rate and comment and subscribe, and if you want to, you can also share. Get out of my face.